know you can't stop that.
Gonna stand up, here he comes. Tell me what it takes to be number one.
Welcome to ZG Weekly. Kevin, what a week it was last week.
Tremendous week, Steve, and we're actually going to kick this one off with Coach's Corner.
Right.
Typically we do ZG Social, but really, you know, a cause that we championed back in the fall after meeting with the New York Rens, talking with Jim Fox with the Long Island Lightning. The Orange Movement made its way to SportsCenter, Steve.
You know, they're just about 6 months behind ZG Weekly, but that's okay.
Yeah, right.
It was great to see Coach Borman and all he's done on SportsCenter, and what a great cause, Kevin.
Yep. And I know that, you know, we educated teams in the New England region in the fall that, you know, by wearing those orange patches, you're getting behind the Orange Movement.
And really put gun violence to the forefront. And, you know, it's such a huge thing we need to build awareness for. And it's great to see people take notice, a lot of teams in New York, and hopefully catch it on now SportsCenter way beyond New York and into the whole region.
No question.
Mission is priceless. It's something that's in your veins. And I put that on my name.
We got ZZ Social. Pretty good.
Yeah, Steve, so we have our Twitter came from the Central Mass Lightning that they were getting ready for.
Hold on, Kevin. No one loves Twitter more than one Coach Sayers, Central Mass Lightning.
Very active.
And we say all the time, it's not about just the games, it's about the whole experience. And they were at one of my favorite spots. They were at Jake and Joe's. We really looked at it, having a great time.
Yep. Getting ready for a championship game.
Which they did.
Yeah.
And it's really great to see it. I want teams more. Talk about what you're doing, not just in the game. Talk about the whole weekend.
Yeah, we'd love to see that weekend experience captured on social media. Keep that coming, especially on Twitter. And then on Instagram, Steve, Team Saints and Coach Constant making statements.
What is Coach Constant not making a statement? You know, I'm surprised we didn't have an Instagram post of a triple out of downs play or a game-winning shot fake. But Coach Constant is the reason those girls are in the contention week after week after week. That sixth grade team to keep an eye on down the road.
No question. And I've seen Coach Constant at multiple facilities, and you know, all his teams, common denominator, they're getting better each week.
And they know how to play.
Mm-hmm.
So congratulations, and it's good to see that on Instagram.
Keep those posts coming.
I woke up, thank God I woke up.
So Steve, we wanted to recap last weekend. You know, in all the circuits, we had really 3 tournaments going on that got
Three marquee events.
3 marquee events. I know one of your favorite tournaments was going on up in Vermont.
Over at St. Johnsbury and a bunch of other places in the area. You know what? I love the tournament because of how passionate the people are. They take this, they wait all year. And I'll tell you what, we opened the doors at 7 a.m., first game at 8.
Yeah.
Literally line down the hill.
Yeah.
And it was just a ton of excitement in the air. And how about this? The varsity division, 4 teams tied at 4-1.
Wow.
Tied with some tiebreaker maneuvering for our site directors out there. And he got it done again. Brattleboro Maulers, the repeat.
Wow.
State champs in overtime, by the way.
Tremendous.
So it was a great weekend of basketball. Looking forward to be back in Vermont the weekend of May 21st and 22nd.
And then down in the Tri-State, Steve, marquee event obviously was the New York States.
Our first of many state championships. You had the New York States last weekend, Connecticut States this weekend, which is, I can't get over how many teams in Connecticut want to play the States this weekend.
Right.
Then next weekend we're in New Hampshire, May 7th, 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Before we get into the nitty gritty, we get to Massachusetts. New York State, so what a tournament.
Because you're talking, Steve, spanning from Long Island to Ardsley. I mean, we're all over the place.
Yeah, Coach Christoph was helping us from the tournament. I think he put a few miles on that car.
No question.
Checking out all the sites, checking with all the great teams out there. It's a great tournament. We work with a lot of the great facilities like Cooperstown, the Brewster Sports Center, of course, Jim Fox and the Island Garden,
Right.
And not to mention the House of Sport. So it's great to get everyone involved for one big tournament and see the best teams in New York.
And then moving down to the Mid-Atlantic, Steve, we're down in Maryland for the Maryland Madness.
It was our first time in the city of Baltimore. We're in Maryland a lot, in D.C. this weekend, but at the Park School, which is a great facility.
Yep.
A lot of court, and it was highly competitive. I mean, you can cut the tension. People take that stuff seriously down there, and it was great to see the games. And you know what's great is not a lot of running clock. These games down to the wire, last 2 minutes,
Right.
and really great to see the competitive spirit. And looking forward to a great tournament in DC this weekend.
Awesome.
Day and night, I toss and turn, I keep stressing my mind.
All right, CG fans, week 7 of the circuit is here.
It's here, Steve, and we're going to highlight, our marquee events from each circuit. We'll start in New England, Boston Breakout, just because, all the chatter in the office about the number of teams that are participating.
I can't get. I want to know who's not playing the Boston Breakout Challenge this weekend. And it's great to work with AJ and Hoop Roots. They do a great job covering the middle school grassroots circuit.
Sure.
And it's a great field. Honestly, this is the first time in a Hoop Roots tournament. I can't tell you who's going to come out.
Right.
Because there's so many solid teams, but it's pretty varied.
A lot of parity.
There is parity. I do think 8th grade. I do like Coach Tyler and the Bobcats coming out.
Yep.
On the girls' side, greatly improved. The Kingston Ducks and Thunder are going to make a statement. Clinton Lasser and his Boston Showstoppers.
Yep.
Coach DeSantis and his Mass Huskies. Of course, the MV Roadrunners, BDS. A lot of good teams competing for it, but let's see what happens while they play the games.
Girls programming keeps getting better every week.
You know what? I love where we're at on the girls' side. It's so great to see the growth of the girls' club basketball game continue to expand. Teams like the NC Blaze, Fighting for It All, Central Mass Lightning, they do such a great job.
Yep.
I'm probably going to be Sunday afternoon come playoff time at those girls' games this
No
week.
question. And then moving down into the tri-state, Steve, I know that there's been a ton of chatter about the Connecticut State Tournament.
Yeah, really week 2 of Vermont last week, Connecticut this week, state tournament season. And we did something different this year, as we figured not New Haven or Hartford could host it. It was a little too big, so we're going to split host this year for the Connecticut State Tournament. A staggering 256 teams competing for the right to become the Connecticut State Champion.
Awesome.
You know what? I think it's a true honor. It's not like something else you play against 3 or 4 teams for a state championship. You got to face everyone to be zero gravity state champions.
You have a big field. And then, Steve, we're back down, obviously, in the Mid-Atlantic, but last weekend we were in Maryland. This weekend we're in D.C.
D.C. And I love our nation's capital. Washington, D.C. is a great place to go. And for those who haven't been, it's a great place to spend a weekend.
No question.
But Collision the Capital, it's a great tournament. Catholic University of America, good site. New 2410 NBA type courts over there.
Yep.
So it's going to be a highly interesting weekend out there.
Tremendous. And then a couple other tournaments obviously sprinkled in this weekend.
Yeah, you also New Jersey Spring Crossover. And don't forget the Empire State Classic. That's really competitive. The Gauchos, it's a good field.
Now, the New Jersey Spring Crossover, Steve, we're over at the Wayne
The Wayne Pal, Dan Hallis does a great job running that facility. His Wolfpack are in the field. And I predict a Wolfpack NEBC championship game. Sneak peek out there.
Love that. Got to give a shout to sponsor Steve, Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza.
They're helping run the tournament out there. We get a lot of vouchers. Come to the Wayne Pal. You'll get an Anthony's Coal-Fired Pizza certificate. And by the way, I had that 2 nights ago for lunch. I'm still raving about it. So definitely check that out for teams going out to the Wayne Pal this weekend.
Great. Have a great weekend, everyone.